Have you ever wondered why intelligent, rational people sometimes make terrible decisions when they're in groups? It happens in boardrooms, governments, classrooms, and even friend circles. The phenomenon responsible for this is called groupthink, a psychological trap that silences critical thinking and replaces it with the illusion of agreement. Groupthink occurs when the desire for harmony or conformity within a group overrides the motivation to think critically or voice dissenting opinions. In other words, people stop analyzing ideas and start agreeing just to avoid conflict. It sounds harmless, but history shows that groupthink has led to some of the biggest disasters in politics, business, and society. The term groupthink was first introduced by psychologist Irving Janis in the early 1970s, after studying major political blunders like the Bay of Pigs invasion. He noticed that even the smartest advisors to US presidents made catastrophic errors because no one wanted to challenge the majority opinion. Everyone in the group assumed that consensus meant correctness. In reality, it meant collective blindness. When people are in a group, they often suppress their doubts to maintain unity, avoid looking disloyal, or simply fit in. This leads to what psychologists call illusion of unanimity, when silence is mistaken for agreement. The group starts to believe that everyone supports the idea, even when some members secretly disagree. Groupthink is fueled by several psychological mechanisms. The first is social pressure, the fear of standing out or being labeled negative. The second is overconfidence, when groups become convinced that their collective decision-making makes them invincible. The third is self-censorship, where individuals withhold their concerns, assuming they must be wrong if no one else feels the same way. These forces combine to create a dangerous feedback loop. The fewer people who speak up, the more confident the group becomes in its flawed ideas. We can see groupthink in everyday life too. Think of a team meeting where everyone agrees with the boss, even though the plan clearly has problems. Or when social media users pile onto a trending opinion without checking the facts. In these moments, logic is replaced by emotion, and truth becomes secondary to belonging. Groupthink turns smart individuals into echo chambers, where critical voices are drowned out by the noise of conformity. The consequences of groupthink can be devastating. In organizations, it leads to poor decisions, ethical lapses, and missed opportunities. In governments, it fuels wars and policy failures. In social movements, it can turn healthy debate into dangerous mob mentality. The 2008 financial crisis, the Challenger space shuttle disaster, and even corporate scandals like Enron all show signs of groupthink at work. In each case, warning signs were ignored because people didn't want to challenge authority or disrupt the team's unity. But the good news is, groupthink can be avoided. The key lies in encouraging diversity of thought and psychological safety. The feeling that people can speak their minds without fear of punishment or ridicule. A strong leader doesn't demand agreement. They welcome debate. Teams that play devil's advocate, invite outside opinions, and test assumptions are far less likely to fall into the groupthink trap. Another effective method is anonymous feedback, allowing people to express their real opinions without social pressure. For individuals, the best defense against groupthink is self-awareness. Ask yourself, am I agreeing because I believe this or because I don't want to stand out? Train your mind to value truth over approval. Critical thinking means questioning assumptions, even your own. It's about asking the hard questions others avoid. Remember, progress happens when people dare to think differently. Every major innovation, reform, or discovery in history began with someone who challenged the majority's view. In a world that rewards popularity over logic, resisting groupthink is a form of strength. Thinking independently doesn't make you difficult, it makes you wise. So next time you find yourself in a discussion where everyone seems to agree too quickly, take a step back and ask, are we really thinking this through? True intelligence isn't about agreeing with the crowd. It's about having the courage to think critically when no one else does. If you enjoyed this exploration into the psychology of decision-making and human behavior, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. And remember, stay curious, stay aware, and always keep thinking for yourself.